fit to do it. Counting down. Pew, 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 pew. Smoke alarm's going off. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, I thought we were doing laser beams and then laser beam elbows, or what is that noise? What are we doing?
That was Jack's cooking bread and the alarm's going off.
Yeah. Oh, not that either?
I'm going to go to YouTube and make bread. Not for kids. We just got demonetized. We have to give Todd his $5 back from 6 years ago.
Way, but nah, man, that we sold that. We sold that. That name or whatever. That's gone. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
he needs. Yeah, he would need to. He would need to re-engage contractually with your new thing here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I'll shoot the message. Todd, can Todd give us $5 more? Yeah. So anyway, goodness. Did you go trick-or-treating last night?
He lost. No, I was asleep by like 7:45, I think. Yeah, Tuesdays are tough because I have class on Monday till 9:45. Well, class is till 9:30, but get packed up, get to the car, get home. So I'm usually home by like 9:50, 10. I try to go right to bed, but inevitably I'm right. I make myself a sandwich or something. I don't want to eat that late, but I'm like still hopped up from class and stuff. I'm all fired up from talking about Oedipus. So I usually get to bed by like 10:30, 10:45. Wake up at 4:15. Yeah. That's a quick turnaround for these old bones. And then usually I'm teaching on Tuesdays at the academy still. And so by the time 2:30, 3 o'clock rolls around, which I'm sure like a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of our listener is like, whatever, dude, you're fine.
Our listener is Monique listening while Bob's like, can you turn that off? You turn that off, Monique.
Who, by the way, that's she's in my what the heck category. O'Neill's MIA Tuesday and today, and Monique MIA yesterday and today. Really? I don't know what's going on. I'm feeling a little hurt. My feelings are hurt.
They may have went too hard on Monday with that bench press.
John and Shelley, were they there on Monday?
They were both Rickers and both O'Neills were there Monday for the bench press, which was a lot of volume for a bench press. But oh man, I'm bummed.
It's 55 reps.
Yeah,
and the first like 35 of them are not really that heavy.
Yeah, so volume. It's a lot of volume for a heavy day.
I guess
55, like heavy days usually what, give or take 15 to 25 reps tops. Yeah. I'm also making excuses for somebody. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in their life. But today and yesterday were fun too. Yeah, today was the calorie bike. Yeah.
Yeah, a little chipper. 50 chipper.
Yeah, that was good. It was fun. So, we can take this time, just jump right into it, looking at programming. So we're going to look at next week's programming for Bring a Friend.
Oh, is there something going on next week?
Yeah. Look, it's Bring a Friend week.
Oh,
yeah.
Which I pointed out to the lovely Kelly Jones this morning that she is the only face that made the poster.
That is true. A lot of faces got. Yeah, that's a good point. Plenty of butts.
No, really just one butt. I'm not sure whose that is. But yeah, all the other faces, you can't really see it. So I said she's famous. And then I think Bob said she is poster ready or poster worthy or something like that.
Yeah.
Sign worthy. And I was like, yeah. So it was great having her back this morning.
Yeah. It's funny when I made this poster, I noticed like, oh, there's like I was like, oh look, there's a butt, there's a butt and a face. It's like maybe next time I'll make one. I'll have more face, less butt. But
so bring a friend week, Eric. What's the
week?
What's the story? What's our? I watched your conversation with Anna.
Difficulties.
You've gone full AI robot. Oh, you're back a little bit. Please be patient while we work technical difficulties.
There it is. Yeah, I'm glad I had that one up and ready to go. But all right, we're back. Good.
Hey, I'm gonna.
Yeah. So
you should please be patient while we fix technical difficulties or work through technical difficulties, or right, because you're not working technical difficulties. That I mean, like I am working with technical difficulties all the time. Like I have a lot of technical difficulties, and I'm so grateful for the people around me to tolerate them. Yeah, there you
go. Good. Yes, thank you. Again, always ever evolving. This is a growing thing. We learn and we get better. And
then if I was to make one more grammatical, I would say, well, we fix technical issues or our technical issues. And I get like you want to make it one line. And then if I say one more thing about it, I go full. That's like full douche move. There we go. Perfect.
Good.
See, that's what I mean. I'm so grateful for you to tolerate my social technical issues that I cannot fix. Oh, you're the best, brother. You're the best. And I lost him again. So now it's like applicable. It's actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I still hear you.
It's gonna be the size of the screen. Yeah, good. That counts. That counts. Anyway, yeah.
So they're coming the whole week. We got friends. We got friends, family, neighbors.
They're coming the whole week. Friends, family, neighbors.
Random lady off the street who I'd kidnap and throw in my van and dump her off at the gym.
Which for Bring a Friend Week is totally legit. Like if cops come and say, excuse me, that lady was kidnapped. We need the person who kidnapped her. I'm like, whoa, officer, it's okay. It's Bring a Friend Week. And he's like, and then the cop's like, oh, well, can I?
Oh my God, dude, you totally have to steal the scene from Old School. Yes. When they van everybody and she's like, shut up, get in the van. You tell anybody about this, we'll come back and kill you. I'm kidding. We'll have them back before dinner.
Yes, as soon as we're done today, I am making that. That's perfect. Perfect. Where can I write a note to myself that I'll see it again, so that myself will see it again?
Right, it's later. I think it's Master of Puppets that's playing.
Yeah,
in Metallica. So many things you can steal and hijack without license.
Yeah, Old School, BAFW. Van scene. Okay, got it. So, yes, that's exactly the way to do it. Perfect.
Yeah, just randomly grab.
Yeah, I'm excited. We have. Yeah, just randomly grab people and bring them. It all counts. It all counts. It's it's funny. People are like, I don't have any friends. All of my friends are here, and I'm just like, come on. Okay, let's broaden our horizons a little bit. But it is like sometimes it gets me like we hear all the time how much this has changed people's lives and done something for their lives, and it's like there's got to be someone that you like want this for.
So do you remember? Do you remember the level? Do you remember the first time you took the level? Have you taken it more than once?
I think it was twice. Yeah.
Okay. So which was hilarious. The Halloween costumes, the best hour of their day Halloween costume, the the douchebag coach or something.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Has like a re-up level 1, smelly t-shirt, lots of tattoos down his arms, like all the. I was like,
Fern?
hey. But I remember in 11, and I remember seeing this on a video. Glassman basically saying after your first day of your level 1, you need to go find someone, friend, neighbor, spouse, random person off the street, and teach them how to squat. And I remember thinking, like, that's aggressive, like, geez, but it is. I mean, it's in the tradition of religious proselytization, like all kinds of things. That the idea isn't that you've now heard the word. The idea is you've heard the word and you spread the word. Like that's the only way that this thing works to actually improve the lives and society in general, is that, hey, look, this stuff works. And maybe it's not this specifically that works for them. Maybe it is something else. But in a sense, if this becomes the foundation or the catalyst or the point from which the lever can move the earth, that's Archimedes' principle of you give him a lever long enough and a fulcrum, he could lift the earth. So the idea that it is a pivot point from which somebody can improve the rest of their life, to me that feels like, oh, then it doesn't have to be a friend. I don't have to feel embarrassed saying to someone like, hey, this shit really works and it's really cool and it's super fun. What do you lose coming one time with me? Just come, just check it out. And look, I'm not even that good at it. So you're going to have an opportunity to learn it from somebody who is, the coach that coaches me, or, the person I always go to. They, I set up right next to them because I know that I can, guide off of them or whatever. So it's like, don't believe me, like believe the other, 50,000, 100,000, 150,000 people that are doing it. Like that's something.
I think Glassman would say too, he'd be like, he'd find like the clearly unwell person at the coffee shop and go up to them and just start talking about it because
how can I help you? Yeah, what yeah.
And I haven't done that yet. I've told myself I'm going to do that one day and see what happens, and I haven't done it yet because I'm like, that is terrifying to an extent, but also like, but what if they say yes? What if they say yes and it changes their life?
Well, and that's probably the more terrifying spot, because if they say yes, then now you've got the responsibility to deliver on all this shit that we're talking.
Yeah. Which like they say yes, you've got way more work to do.
Oh no. Oh God, I was really hoping you were going to say no.
Yeah. I was really hoping you'd throw that scalding hot coffee in my face for feeling insulted that I felt like you needed to go to a gym. But yeah, if someone does decide to try that, let me know. And if it doesn't wind up in scalding hot coffee in your face, maybe it'll be worth giving a shot. But yeah, bring a friend week. Bring in anybody, literally anybody. A couple people have said that they're bringing their mom, which makes me happy too. I love that. I love
that's cool.
The idea of I love. I mean, you look at F.R.I.E.N.D.S. How many families do we have? Whether it's couples or kids and parents, all working out in the same place. It's kind of what I dig about this place, and I do everything with my family, so I love seeing when people do that too. So I bring a friend week. Have them fill out the link or the sheet in the gym and the sheet on the wall in the gym, because I do need people's info, emails, phone numbers, that stuff, because I am going to set people up in Sugar Wad for a week, and they'll get the full experience for a week. And so I need that info to be able to do that. And again, as coaches, it's good to know who's going to be there and who's not. So that helps us out. But yeah, bring a friend week. We have 7 or 8 signed up right now. I think we have 7 or 8 signed up now. So let's keep that number going. Yeah, bring a friend week. But I thought this week what we could do. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Remove the wrong thing. This week, I thought we could look at the programming for next week. So feel free to share this. Hi, I'm back. You're back. Where's my screen? So yeah, we'll look at the programming for next week and see what's coming up. And if you were, we can kind of talk about like if you were bringing your friend, or if you were coaching, bring a friend. You were coaching during Bring a Friend Week, and one of these workouts pop up.
Oh,
what would
right.
be your what?
No, that I just was. I was looking at that and I was like, "What the hell is Cap doing? Why did they program split jerks and hang power snatches and rope climbs on Bring a Friend Week?
Bastards.
That's miserable. Like, god dang, why are they so mean?"
Yeah, why would they do that? What was I going? Let me go back to here. I want to see our faces. Yeah, cool. So this is next week. So they have Monday through Saturday, and I just talked about it. I think in our coaches, my head up to the coach is Chad on Saturday, which I like is just like if you brought a friend, come partner up and knock out 1,000 step ups for time on Saturday to finish off the week. But I think that would be that would be a lot of fun. Partner Chad. So Monday, burpees, front squats, and single unders. I don't even like it's almost like they thought too, it's Bring a Friend Week. We're gonna program single unders instead of double unders. Maybe Cap is on to us. Maybe they're throwing us a little bit of a bone there. But I'll even pull up the let me go back here. So yeah, there you go. So there's a workout and then there's a little skill work program, ring dips. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty straightforward one. If you were, I feel like it's one of those not. Maybe it's when someone comes for the first time and doesn't work out ever. Is this a memorable one? Is this one that they would remember? 5 years from now as their first CrossFit workout?
No.
Yeah, like I think they'd remember like there were burpees and like something with a jump rope.
Yeah.
But it's not like first time I ever did was this thing called F.R.I.E.N.D. that everyone won't shut up about. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. What do you think? What are you thinking when you first look at this?
I'd make those single unders unbroken. I would challenge, right? That it's exactly what you just said. I can immediately think of like, the athlete who says like, what the fuck, what 75 single unders, right? Yep, they got to be unbroken. Like if you trip up, you got to start over again. Right? It totally changes the dynamic of, and maybe even with that loading, I'd say everything has to be unbroken.
Yeah. It was like the same thing with front squats. Like there's front squats unbroken at least the first couple rounds.
Well, no, it changes. I would say all of it. Like
I say even by saying at least the first couple rounds, you're giving
totally.
someone an out to drop it.
You totally change. Well, you're changing. So if you're gonna say unbroken, make it unbroken.
Yeah.
Because I've just now changed the stimulus, because you're gonna have to make choices about how fast you do the burpees, and you're gonna have to make choices about how long you rest after you finish the burpees before you start the bar.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to make choices about how long you rest before you pick up the rope and start jumping.
Yeah.
So basically what it ends up becoming is a skill and precision and accuracy work with the double or the single unders. And maybe they have a trip up or two, or maybe something happens, whatever, no big deal. The bar facing burpees, I mean, they can move as slow as they want to. And then it really just becomes that front, like you're setting up for that front squat work to be front squat. And if somebody says, well, I can't do 15 unbroken at 115, you're like, cool. I think we have other weights, other loads that you could build that bar to. And you could also even say, I can't hold the bar that long in that front rack position. That could be a problem. We should probably look at that. But great. We're going to have some warm-up stuff. You can work with the barbell and then put the bar away and do goblet squats, do dumbbell front squats, right? Like all kinds of other options. But I would say if I'm looking at that, what it does too is I can immediately go down to that beginner level if I don't really know how to scale for, Sally, who's my neighbor, and she came, and the coach, if I'm one of the new coaches and I'm like, oh, shit, I got all these people, I don't know what to do. Like, go to the beginner, look, oh, they reduced the rep count, they reduced the loading. Sweet. I can now tell the person, you're actually going to do, street parking is great at this. You're going to do 5 rounds of 1 minute each. You're going to work for 50 seconds, rest for 10 seconds. And that's first, you're going to try to get as many burpees not to exceed 10 in that first minute. You're going to get as many of these goblet squats. Here's this 15-pound, 10-pound. Maybe they don't deserve any load. You're going to do as many air squats as you can in the second minute, not to exceed 20. And you're going to do as many jump ropes as you can, not to exceed 30, 10, 20, 30, right? And I want you to try and do the jump ropes unbroken. And I want you to try to do the squats unbroken. And I want you just to keep moving on the burpees. So you're going to do 5 rounds of that, and you're going to move about a minute every time. They just finished a 15-minute workout, which I haven't looked at the stimulus for this, but I'd be willing to bet it's 12 to 15. Oh, look at that, 12 to 18 minutes. So
I see maybe see where they cap says front squats in 2 sets or less. And that's kind of when I.
Well, I'm just saying if that when I went towards the unbroken thing, I'm talking about the best athlete in the room. Who I don't want them to take this and scale it up with double unders and 135-pound front squats.
Well,
that's not the idea. The idea is a light front squat.
Yeah.
And single unders. That's the skill. And so if that skill for somebody in the class who's the best athlete in the class doesn't get them and they can like strategize how, then I'd be like, fine, I'm going to make it a little, this is the Adrian Bosman move. Your difficulty is in everything has to be unbroken. And if that still wasn't hard enough for them, I could say everything has to be unbroken and you have to finish everything in less than a minute. So they can take no longer than a minute for each of the things. So I not only give them like an added difficulty, I give them a gate that they have to get through.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
What I like they say, front squats 2 sets or less. If I'm standing up at that whiteboard, I'm going to say unbroken because it's one of those things too. I think sometimes when you give them that front squats 2 sets or less, okay, they might break up the front squats, in 2 sets in the first round, second round, and then that might turn into 3 by the 4th or 5th round. Whereas like if I push someone to say, fight to try to keep these unbroken, and if they drop the bar in the 3rd round, okay, cool. Drop the bar, take a breath, pick it up. I'm not going to run over there and take weight off their bar. They just they're almost done. They've got a set left. I think sometimes it's that that whole, give them give them the bigger picture. We want to try to keep these unbroken. And if it falls off later, maybe a little bit because of fatigue, I can live with that. Whereas if you give them a choice, okay, that first set, okay, I want to keep this in 2 sets. It feels good when they're warming up, and maybe in that first round, by that 3rd round, those front squats are going to be hurting. And so, anyway, that was a long way of saying I'm with you, saying keep them unbroken. But if someone starts dropping it in the later rounds, I can live with that. We'll just push them to try to get it back up and hang on to finish the round.
There it is.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing too about a minute or less. Oh yeah, they're bar facing burpees. Yeah, single unders in a minute or less. Yeah, but that's simple. And then the strict ring dips, just some good gymnastic skill strength beforehand. But this is a good overall workout for anybody. Like you said, the front rack, if it's bothering somebody, cool, no big deal. Dumbbells or goblet squats or dumbbell front rack. So that'll be a good one. Let's look at Tuesday. The anticipation is killing me. Come on. Oh, come on. Well, this is slowly loading. Fun fact for anyone that did go trick-or-treating last night and you don't want your kids to eat, you don't think your kids need all that candy. What's that toy store over in Riva Festival? There's a toy store in Riva Festival that if you donate at least 25 pieces of candy, they will give you 25% off a toy in the store. Anything in the store. So that's my my PSA for anyone.
You should really get your PSA checked.
Sorry, a lot of technical difficulties today. Let's bring We're gonna figure this
back
out.
on the street.
You're back. I'm back too. Okay. All right. So anyway, where were we?
Tuesday.
Yeah, here's Tuesday. So we got a heavy day. Ooh, with another little gymnastics skill thing to finish off the day. Yeah, heavy day. Split jerks. Good old lift weight up overhead. Actually drop yourself underneath weight, receive it, and stand it up multiple times. The split jerk, I think, is still, even for people that have been doing CrossFit, this is a little tricky for a lot of people. Good day to practice it, but it's
Well, I don't know if I'm still live. I think what he was going to say is, oh, he's back. Kind of.
Yeah, I'm trying to move.
Physically, are you gonna?
If I just move like closer to the door, maybe that'll be enough, right?
Yeah. You need to get yourself one of those repeaters. Oh.
So you're breaking up a lot. I think what you're trying to say is we're
You're
correct.
I like that they offer for the beginner the push jerks. I think that's if I had a new person in this class, I think my goal would be for them to enjoy the whole hour and look at it less of like, how are they ever going to have any fun with this? I'm not sure if I think I am. I'm the only one actually on the thing still. Breathing. It says I'm still live, so I'll still talk. Oh my God, I'm going to kill this dog. I'm not really going to kill my dog, folks. Charlie's he came, he scratched at the door, and then immediately left when I went to go open it. So I left it open. It got too cold. So then I shut it. As soon as I shut it and sat back down, he came and scratched at the door because he's a golden retriever, and that's what he does. He's so dang cute. But yeah. So how y'all been? I'm gonna hang out here in my kitchen and chat. So yeah, 5 rounds, 3 split jerks. My concern would be that somebody would come who is not familiar with kind of our idea of how a heavy day works. So the challenge as the coach is to show rather than tell, in a sense of allowing. Oh, he's back inside.
Trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I was saying how the difficulty with it being that 5 rounds for time of 3 split jerks is, you and I know that that's fun, and people who come to class all the time know it's fun. A heavy day is fun, but somebody who's coming to CrossFit for the first time and is kind of unfamiliar with the idea and the stimulus of a heavy day, I could tell them all day long, like, oh no, this is great, you're gonna love it, and then you do weightlifting and it's like, I didn't really sweat, I'm not really out of breath. Like, what was the point of that? So as the coach, I'm less concerned about them like moving perfectly or doing even a split jerk. And I'm more wanting them to sort of feel the social aspect of the heavy day.
Yeah.
And I might even be inclined to add some auxiliary stuff in between. Since it's lift every 3 minutes, you got 15 minutes. I may even bump that to lift every 4 minutes. Spend my time a little bit more efficiently on the warm up and the skill development of the split jerk, and then add maybe like 5 calories on the Echo bike, 10 banded pull aparts, banded, pull downs. And what do we got? We got that L-sit hold, maybe like a 30-second or a 20-second count to 20 in your head plank hold type of thing. Right. So like something that's in between the lifts and have them bolt on to another person in the class and be like, okay, so, Max here will lift, and then you, Mike, you will lift. And then Mike, what you're going to do is just follow Max, hang out, follow along with Mike. If that's like, right, if I'm Max and I brought my buddy Mike with me, I'd look at Max and be like, hey, just like, keep him along. But granted, that's not written in there, and I'm sure it's not in the class plan. And that's not always a great trick to use, is to add auxiliary work in between. Like there's worth in if it's a deadlift day, like just fucking deadlift. You don't need to add a bunch of extra stuff to the rest. But in this case, A, the person's not going to go heavy enough to really get the stimulus. B, I doubt actually anybody in the gym is going to go heavy. Maybe like 1% of our clients are going to get heavy enough that by the time they hit their 4th or 5th set, they're even capable of hitting their physiological potential. Yeah. So the auxiliary work actually is probably still beneficial for them to warm up those joints and get them moving still. And I think for everybody, it allows for sort of, like I said, it's a hack to kind of make a heavy day still feel like, oh, I'm getting something done, even though it's the heavy day that you're getting done. So that's all. I would look at this as less of like a, oh God, they're never gonna like this. Be like, no. You got 3.5 minutes, because 3 split jerks or 5 push jerks takes 15, 20 seconds. You got 3.5 minutes to fill in, or 2.5 minutes to fill in some space, and still have time for it to be a little bit social. But anyway, that's
where we've talked. This is a good day because we've talked about how much of this too, like as coaches and stuff, like we're in the relationship business, and so this is a great time too, especially with new people coming to the gym. But then even whether it's new people or your normal people, that whole time, that chance to kind of connect with your athletes a little bit more in that relationship. And what is it? The best hour guys say it all the time, but I created this here, the F.R.I.E.N.D.S. So knowing someone's F.R.I.E.N.D., family, occupation, recreation, and dreams, those little things, like heavy day is a great day to like get to know your people a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm a Chevy guy though. I'm not really F.R.I.E.N.D.S.
Chevy is their job, their home, their what they like to eat, where they vacation, and their
the youths.
How many
the
years?
Youths,
the youth. There we go. The youth
in their house.
So C is career, H is home, E is what they like to eat, V is vacation, and Y is the youths.
Yeah. That was really impressive, man. Well done.
Try one for Isuzu.
Nissan. I can't come up with 2 S's.
If we really tried, we could, but we're good. But yeah, so heavy days, it's a good opportunity there for a lot of things in heavy days. Beautiful. All right, Wednesday, hang power snatches and rope climbs.
Yeah. My only issue with this one, as far as like for F.R.I.E.N.D.S, is just the logistics of the ropes.
Yeah.
This becomes less about like, because that pull to stand is a great scale. Weather could make it fine, where maybe like you use the rig outside, take some of those ropes that are in the center and ditch them and string them up outside. But yeah, super fun. Maybe somebody hasn't ever been up a rope, and now all of a sudden you have a chance to get them up a rope. So from just for you as the programmer, if I'm looking at this for the Bring a Friend week, this one or Chad would have been the ones that I would have been like, nah, not happening. We're moving them.
Yeah.
And maybe that's my own bias. That's my own issue, but I would probably have moved the Sunday's workout to this part, the AMRAP, because you've had all task priority up to this point. It'd be great to mix in a time priority.
Let's see what
it was 12-minute AMRAP, 10-minute AMRAP, something like that.
Yeah.
Something against
push up.
Yeah, pull push.
Yeah.
So you haven't had anybody on a machine yet. You got plenty of rowers, right? You got 8 rowers, so easily, even if you have a class of 12 or 15 people, you can break them up into partner pairs. You got other machines that they can switch out for the row. They could do the echo bike instead of the row because that's a push pull with the handstand push-ups. Handstand push-ups are super easy to modify and scale for somebody. I mean, they can just do push-ups, and if they do them really well and strict, then they're going to get more than enough. But so, and I think people have, we did just, but if you just did have the split jerk, so you just went overhead. So there's some overhead interference there, but it's CrossFit, whatever.
Not too much, yeah. I think with the, like you said, with that split jerk, a lot of people probably aren't going to like. It's almost like a good way to like whatever they didn't get in the split jerk, they will get.
Shit, never mind. We're going overhead here anyway with the power snatches. I was thinking cleans.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, so as far as like switching the movement, I think, and even because you had front squats, you had split jerks. Now you got barbell again. So you got a third day of barbell if you switch in Sunday's workout here, you got monostructural and gymnastics. So just a consideration, right? Like you can take it and put it in the circular file for future reference if you want. But CAP is programming on that 9-day cycle. In a 9-day cycle with this as a 7-day week, having that workout on Sunday meets the matrix of their template. But if you're looking at this to serve your needs as a bring a friend week, I would totally move that Sunday workout to this. And then that leaves, if Chad becomes that Saturday workout and somebody comes, it's totally fun. Because you make it, like you said, you're making it an event. But as far as like a fun workout goes, Chad is not fun. I mean, it's not intended to be fun. It's actually, it's intended to suck. Like, it's a hero workout, and it's
it's gritty, and it's the fun is in the completion when you are that feeling of like what you just accomplished.
And for those of us that have done it before, I mean, I tried it last year and I ditched my ruck at like 150 reps, I think. So I've been prepping for it. I've been following their 12-week prep plan. I missed last week, but I'm gonna try and make sure I add a little something in maybe this week and get ready. But I'm excited to try it. Like, I feel like I'm totally ready. I think we're still 20-inch or maybe 24-inch.
It's 20-inch.
I may still scale. Is it everybody's 20-inch?
It's 20-inch across the board. Yeah.
Cool.
Skip ahead. Yeah, I'm sure. I think it's 20-inch across the board.
That was. I think I did it 24-inch last year.
Yeah, 20-inch. Yeah.
Yeah, but I used a 50-pound vest. And I made it 150 steps. So that might have been the issue with the height. But this year I've been training with a 55-pound ruck at 20, sometimes 24 inches. So I'm hoping I'm ready. But I'll tell you, I don't think I'm going to go under an hour.
Yeah, that's why that was my thing with thinking about kind of making it an event, and is like it gets run in heats more, like, because it's definitely not something that I feel like even unloaded, it's hard for someone to finish that under an hour.
Yeah.
And so like I saw like this year they programmed it as a partner Chad, not last year they did not.
CAP did, but I don't think Main Site is gonna, because you can sign up to do it yourself as like an event.
Yeah, I think but I was saying last year, I don't think did CAP program it as a partner workout last year?
I have no idea.
I don't think they did.
I wasn't following.
Oh, that's right. You were gone. That was last September.
That's right. You abandoned us. You were gone. Yeah.
Well, I was camping, and I went and did it at Soph's gym in Salisbury.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But Soph abandoned me. She was going to meet me to do that workout. I hope she's listening. Soph abandoned me. We were going to do it. Was Friday.
Not that you're holding any sort of grudges.
No, I was really looking forward to it, and then I got a text that said she's not going to be able to make it. I'm like, whatever, I get it. You're a college student on a Friday night. I know you've got better things to do than 1,000 step ups. So no, I've let that go. So anyway, but all right, well, yeah, I'm with you. I'm kind of looking at that too, and I want I want wins, right? And
yeah, that's well
the
said.
split jerk itself, like you said, like unless we like overload someone, they may walk out of Tuesday with the split jerks like not totally bought into the heavy day mindset, and then coming into something like a a rope climb and a snatch, like the snatch can become overwhelming pretty quick because it feels like there's a lot of pieces, and a rope climb, like you said, logistically can be tricky, but also like, that win of climbing a rope, as much as hard as the rope walks can be, you see all these people climbing a rope. I think that can visually, for someone new, also be like I'm never gonna do that.
Yeah.
And so it's one of
it's
those,
scary
like,
as hell too, especially if they're over 40 and now, like, I mean, like the fear of falling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a broken leg. Like, this is stupid. No, I'm
Yeah,
going to F40. I'm going to F45. They just use dumbbells and loud music. Like, let's do that.
Yeah. And so I think as a back-to-back workout, the split jerk, rope climb, snatch one is a little much. Even that's even one too that I may like. So anyway, Thursday, plank holds and runs. This one's pretty straightforward.
It totally is, and this is a ton of fun. Because it can self-regulate, where obviously, like, the intermediate to RX and stuff, and you don't have somebody who runs. You got plenty of machines. Yes, they did the machine, and yes, I know. So now you're back to backing monostructural gymnastics, but you're changing it where the though they are both shoulder. So I don't know. Like, you could mess with, maybe you replace then it would be row pull-ups. Maybe it could be you change this one to the hang, could accumulate the hang. And now I'm totally, like, changing the programming instead of just leaning in. Fuck it, right? Like,
yeah, like,
duplicate. Like, who cares? It'll balance itself in the long run. Like, okay. Yeah. Plus also you have a consistent statistics where if somebody came on Wednesday, they're probably not coming Thursday. And if they came on Thursday, they probably hadn't come on Wednesday. Yeah. So, like, you're not going to, so it actually, of the 2 days to have some sort of, like, similar repetitive interference, that Wednesday to Thursday cycle would be the one to have it. Yeah. So I think this is a great one. It also opens the opportunity for the coach to have the conversation with the whole class and with people, because you've got something like Thanksgiving coming up. You've got vacations and travel, and be like, hey, folks, remember, CrossFit doesn't have to be complicated for it to be effective. Look at this workout today. You could do this in your in-laws' basement. You could do this. Replace the 400-meter run with burpees. Replace the 400-meter run with mountain climbers. Replace it with just squat jumps or something, like, about 2 minutes of some sort of medium intensity difficult thing. It's that plank hold that you're going to be like, what the funk was that? Like, how is that so hard? So I think this is great. And then I love that this week has been a lot of post-WOD EMOM work. This actually, I guess this one's
a lot of gymnastic skill too. It's a lot of gymnastic skill, which is
So what a great chance to introduce squat, the pistols, but in very low stake stuff. So like, I look at this class as like, great. Come in, let's talk 5 to 10 minutes, but have them moving in 3 to 4 minutes or less.
Yeah.
So, right, like at 5:17, people are moving. Or no, by 5:17, I'm talking to them. By 5:19, people are moving. By 6:19, people are moving. By 5:37, people are moving. Like, it's one of those things. I liked what Anna said, where she went to a gym, right? The one that she bought last week. That was her name, right? Anna?
Anna, yeah.
And she said it was great, ton of fun. Like, the guy, what'd she say? We're doing the circle. What's your favorite ice cream? What was your street you lived on? Blah, blah, blah. But she's like, 18 minutes later, we're still talking. We haven't moved yet. Like, what the hell? Like, I love that she said that. Like, I can totally get myself caught in that trap.
Yeah.
Like, trying to explain, like, it's going to be this, it's going to be great, it's going to be that, it's going to be this, you're touching this system and dots and dots and dots. I'm like, they don't care. Just move.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, you like to know what people's ice cream flavors are.
Sometimes, yeah, but actually, I really don't care, because all I'm thinking is, I'm going to eat that. Are you not going to eat that? I'm going to eat it. You're just going to leave that? I'm going to eat it. Is anybody going to eat that? Who's eating this ice cream? Oh, it's gone. Yeah.
So I was like, what do you like better, vanilla or chocolate? I was like, well, if they're both in front of me.
Put your hands together, man. That's the jam plan.
Yeah. The jam plan. Nice. Yeah, well, Thursday.
But yeah, I think this is great, because you can, so at that EMOM's 8 minutes. So move, sort of a general warm up, just like do a bunch of get and move and stuff, maybe across the floor stuff. Don't pull it up. I don't care. Like, pull up the class plan, but like, right, like I'd either follow what they have, which I'm sure they have like a good sort of like just get them moving, and then you're gonna pull it up. I was gonna say you don't have to pull it up.
I'm just curious because
gotcha.
your typical.
Yeah, totally. And I wouldn't even send them out on a 100-meter jog. I would run around the gym.
Yeah.
Right. Like something that like show like, and maybe even get rid of that and just show like, hey, if you were reduced on space, like we could totally just do this in a COVID style, 15 square foot spot. You could totally get this workout done and really be like, God dang, that was no joke.
Yeah.
So I like this one as a standpoint of it doesn't feel like you have to shirk anything to get it all in, even with an 8-minute EMOM skill work of pistol practice with what could feasibly become 2, 3, really probably 4, something. I mean, that's somewhere between that. That's 18.
That's a 4-minute workout, 4-minute rounds, right?
16. Yeah, I would say that's probably an 18 to 22 minutes is the stimulus. So maybe they probably, I would guess, now I do want to see, I would guess they said 12 to 18.
No, there's 4 rounds. I'd keep this. No, I would say faster than that. Because you're looking
minimum is 3 minutes, 3 minutes around. So it's minimum 12 minutes. Plus, that means you made all the plank holds unbroken and you are Speedy Gonzalez on the runs. So maybe you can go under 12 and you're closer to like 11 or 10.
You were saying you said
I was saying 12. I would say the stimulus that they would say is 12 to 18. And look at that. They said 14 to 20.
I was going to say, 16 to 18. Yeah. So, you said 18 to 22.
Initially, I had to walk myself back.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
You didn't let me finish.
Well, it was a very like strong statement. And I was, I was like, hold on, 18. Well, see, when I hear that too, I was like, wait, what am I missing? Jack knows something that I don't know.
Well, in the end, though, 18 is still right in the sweet spot between those two. So, yeah.
Cool. All right, that's Thursday, and then here's Friday. 3 rounds, 30 push-ups, 20 pull-ups, 10 deadlifts, 185, 135. Skill work. Some good midline gymnastic stuff. V-up, supine toe touches, and leg raises.
This is a perfect CrossFit workout.
Yeah.
Warm up with deadlifts, right? Like no need to warm up with a bunch of dumb stuff. Like I'm gonna activate your glutes and that. Nope. You know what you're gonna do? Everyone's gonna go get a barbell. We're gonna do a barbell warm up. You're gonna warm up with the deadlift. I'm gonna leave you in positions. We're gonna build some deadlift weight. Maybe in between that, like in between your builds, you could throw in like some pull up and push up work just to make sure everyone's comfortable with it. Find their right scales, right? Give them but by the time you're done the warm up, both general warm up and specific skill warm up, they know exactly. Little quick rehearsal round, 5, 10, 5 type of, 5. No, so maybe you could go like 10, 5, 2 sort of like rehearsal round to get a sense of like what their rounds could be.
Yeah.
You're right. Divide that by like 4s or something. But like totally, and then bam, get after it. 3 rounds for time. So 30 push-ups, minute 30. So 2:30, 7:30. Yeah. So this is a 7 to 9, 7 to 10. What they say for stimulus?
Yes. 9 to 15.
9 to 15. Interesting. I wouldn't want anybody doing that for 5 minutes.
So push-ups in 3 sets or less. Would you hang on to that 3 sets or less?
Yes.
Would you say 2 sets?
No, I'd say 3 sets or less.
3 sets.
10 push-ups in a row. 10 push-ups in a row for most people is going to fatigue them quickly.
Yeah. I think that's where I think that's what they're looking at. Is those 30 push-ups are going to take a little longer than a minute.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. They're probably saying closer to like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
so
that's my thought.
Yeah, there's my.
There you go. Push-ups, in 2 minutes or less. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
so I can buy their 9 to 15, and that actually helps then with the scaling. Idea of like, okay, like I don't want to over. So my 7 to 10 stimulus could feasibly cause somebody to overscale.
Right.
So their stimulus of 9 to 15 facilitates pushing somebody to be a little bit more aggressive with don't scale the volume as much, maybe make the movement a little bit more difficult. So that makes sense. That's a good, again, like this is good programming because, right, like I see something like that, like I know how I would tackle it as an athlete, but then I go to what are they saying is the intended stimulus? Oh, okay. I can see like where I'm going to actually, as an athlete right now, I'm going to overscale stuff because I don't want to push myself too much. Like I'm right. Like I just don't care to hurt that much, but I might miss, this is why it's good to be coached. It might miss some opportunities for intensity, which is how we improve. So
are you saying are you keeping these deadlifts maybe not unbroken but fast singles, like no reason for you to step back from that bar?
100%.
Yeah.
And actually I would say you should not be dropping them from the top. Like if you drop it, maybe it's after the 6'4", 5'5", 7'3".
Yeah.
But there's something to the stretch reflex of the having to do the negative on this. Yeah. And then the grip fatigue that then goes and gets rested on the push-ups, but not really because your forearms are going to get smoked. But then the grip fatigue from the pull-ups to the deadlift is a great training tool.
Yeah, I feel like this is the most CrossFit-y of the CrossFit workouts of the week.
Definitely.
For sure.
Though, I mean, the other ones are super gymnastic-y, which is kind of cool. And I mean, right, the strength day is super CrossFit-y in the sense of it's a single. So it's a great programmed week. It's really cool. I appreciate this sort of like dissection of it, analysis of it. Initially, I was looking at it, I'm like, dude, why are you making your life so hard during Bring a Friend week? But you aren't. Like, there isn't. The only switch I would make is I would make that switch on Wednesday. I would get. It's not that I'm afraid of coaching rope climbs or that I don't like rope climbs. You nailed it. It's just there's a lot of risk of not being able to get that fun moment for someone.
That's more important.
That a handstand push-up and a kick-up of a handstand, right? Like, so add in some kick-up work. You just got somebody upside down for the first time since they were 7.
Yeah.
I feel like that is a analogous yay moment that a rope climb would be without the danger of catastrophic injury.
Yeah.
That could lead or that could be associated with it. So yeah, you're right. And that's I'm not the new VP of affiliate relationship saying that CrossFit is dangerous and affiliates are dangerous. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying look at what your goal is. Your goal is to facilitate the hoorah moment for someone. Why not do it in a way that is easiest on the coach, easiest on the rest of the class, allows for the biggest potentiality of win. So yeah, man, I think, but again, like it's totally.
And as a coach,
go ahead. Sorry.
I say as a coach, it's real easy when you have like newer people in class to gravitate to them more and give your longer term clients, your more veteran clients, less attention. And that's a workout that I feel like if you end up having that bias, which you shouldn't, like you should, I know you feel like you should stay on top of like the new people, and like you definitely want to keep your on a swivel, but not at the expense of not the expense of everyone else. And that's one that I feel like if you do tend to do that, this will definitely pull you even stronger.
With the rope climb,
that rope climb one will like you'll be like almost out of like are they okay? They're doing okay. Let me go check and make sure they're okay, right?
Yeah. They don't teach rope climbs at the level 1.
They do not.
Right, and the muscle up is allotted like a solid 40 minutes by itself.
Yeah.
The snatch is allotted 30 to 40 minutes by itself as movements that they teach at a level 1, where the expectation is you're not coaching to the highest, you're coaching to the lowest common denominator at a level 1 for that, the flow master, the instructors, for that reason. And so you're spot on. Like, I think you're right. I hadn't thought about it that it opens the door for the potential for the coach to get freaking on the new person, because it's like, oh my God, I can't have this person. And it's, but like you said, that could happen at any class where you got somebody, maybe their skill level isn't quite at the, kind of the median, but why? Yeah. I think actually, and that is sort of my initial reason, but my secondary reason is that's the 3rd day in a row with a flipping barbell.
Yeah.
Right. And then if you keep it Friday, you got a barbell again.
Yep.
So 4 out of 5 days of the week, you've got them touching barbells. That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad we did this because I'm with you. I think making that switch to Wednesday to Sunday to Wednesday makes everything flow nicely and makes for a fun week. And then closing out with Chad. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm for Chad. Like I said, I think it's because I think this is also CrossFit too. Like those, especially Hero Wad. Like it's that.
I don't understand. Go ahead.
It's that in the moment, like it just feels. This could be any hero workout, but it's just that, like in it, it's hard and it's grindy and like, you probably have plenty of thoughts in the back of your head where you want to stop or you want to, give up. And then when it's done though, like that feeling of like, all right, I just did this thing and like maybe it wasn't pretty either, right? And maybe it sucked in the moment, but it's that you got this done. And a grinder like this and a grinder like a lot of hero wads definitely give you that feeling at the end of it. Especially again, it's kind of like the exclamation point at the end of the week. Like you just did this whole week and then finished off with this.
I'm not really understanding the way that this is intended. Like, are we both doing 500? Is that the goal? Is it like, you know what I'm like? It says both partners work at the same time.
Yeah.
Then how are we actually stepping on this? Are we stepping on the same box?
Like, why not just call it? Why not just say you're doing a scaled version of 500?
Right.
Right.
So it's an odd, and I'm sure you could scroll it down. It says each partner completes 500, maintain 12 plus reps a minute. So it's a 41-minute pace. Like, okay. This is cool. Like, I would have changed it to like alternate steps, but that by alternating steps, it turns it into an hour and 20-minute workout instead of.
I like that. I would say switch it. Like switch as desired until you finish 500. Because like some people like, depending on who you're partnered up with, like it could be like you do. I'll do 20, you do 10. Like let's say you are
right, but again so what they're facilitating is that you're turning this into an hour-long class.
Yeah.
Because if I'm working with you at the same time and we're both working to then accumulate 500,
I got you.
Then you've just cut the time down by half.
Yeah.
So I totally understand now why they made that choice around it. They're programming it so you can fit it into a class. If you've programmed it so that you're doing it as an event with heats, then you don't care if it takes over an hour because you're going to flow stage people out into. So it's more like Murph but anyway, that's all. I just didn't understand it. I'm not poo-pooing it. I think it's as we just dissected it. Like I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually
that makes sense. They're trying to get it done
smart.
in an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Which, like I said, I don't think they did last year. And like,
yeah.
And again, I think even someone who's relatively fit doing this unloaded, it's still like coming up on it. Well, again, that's assuming to an hour. That's assuming you're coming in. Really, it's like 40. They're trying to facilitate like 40 to 45 minutes.
Getting it done in 40 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, you're not starting it.
No, I know. I'm saying this is to fit it in an hour-long class.
Yeah. No, that's.
Look, I mean, that's that green. That's a lot of green. Green is always the WOD.
Yeah. And a 2-minute cooldown, right? Like,
great job. Put your boxes away. Get the fuck out.
2-minute cooldown. Except that it's a 2-minute cooldown, except they allotted 4 minutes.
4 minutes. They always do that. I love when they do it. I'm like, y'all aren't really good at the math thing, are you? Like that's the part. Like I don't know how this fits.
Yeah.
I gotta step off to the side just a little bit. I thought we'd be done by now, but imagine that we talked longer than we thought.
Oh yeah. Yeah, do you think we'll boogie? But yeah, so yeah, looking forward to it, Chad. And again, I'll put more out this week. I'm looking at making Chad set up kind of like a Murph where we run it in heat. So if you want to do it by yourself, or if you want to do it with a partner, and you want to do the whole thing, you don't want to get time capped. We'll set it up as heats, and I'll put that info out real quick. But this is on Saturday, so Veterans Day Saturday. So yeah, hopefully if you work on Saturdays, you don't have to work on Saturday. And I mean, I might be working on Saturday, but it'll be worth it. So yeah, Chad, 1,000 times or 1,000 step ups, whether it's a partner. You can even do it 3 or 4 if you want to. However you guys want to do it, have fun with Chad. But that'll be a good because I'm just looking back and forth here. You guys have no idea what I'm looking at. But here, I'll pull this back up. Oh, there you go. So yeah. with a partner, 1,000 step ups. And rucksack, it might be a backpack, it might be a vest, it might be holding a dumbbell or two, whatever it is. It's just adding load. But I can tell you, just doing the step ups unloaded is. I was saying with Jack, I think I had a 25-pound dumbbell in the backpack, and maybe same. I think I was about 200 steps in, and I put that backpack down and just started stepping up. 100. That weight started weighing on me. No pun intended. So anyway, that's Chad. And then she said, "That is my foot."
I think you set that up.
So yeah, so it'll be fun. Yeah, Bring a Friend week. It was fun. I think if I'm trying to remember who. I know Dimitri, Claire were two that joined us from Bring a Friend week.
Those are two solid additions.
Yeah,
nice.
And I'm trying to think. There's someone in the evening.
Dimitri's
I think Daphne was already.
Dimitri's been ducking me in the morning.
I think he's been traveling. Yeah. So he's usually a committee club member. This month he's not, but he knew he was going to be traveling a lot, so it was going to be hard for him. But he was so close. I think he got like 10 or 11.
Nice.
So he was close. And I saw Taylor was too shy, and he texted me. He definitely slept in yesterday too. He slept in yesterday and just texted me and said, "Decided to sleep instead. # not committed."
No, yeah, you are, buddy. Yeah, you are.
So,
love you.
So good old Taylor's all right though. He's doing all right.
He's a great athlete to coach. He's a very coachable dude.
I've known him since he was just a teenager. He was he used to work for me as a lifeguard when I ran Truxton Park.
That's super fun.
And so when he reached out about joining the gym, I saw his name, and it was so exciting. I was like, "Oh my gosh, so many memories to talk about of the Truxton Park pool and the good old days of Truxton Park when the lifeguards actually watched the pool."
Yeah, you're starting to sound like an old man.
I was 100% an old man every time I went to Truxton this year. I'd sat there and be like, they have 4 lifeguards. And I haven't heard a single whistle this entire day. And there's so much stuff. Like, there are these kids.
They're running. They're using that. They need to be. This is ridiculous. Meg, we're out of here. And she's like, shut up. The kids are happy.
I didn't think put my hands on the back of my hips. I'm like, what are they doing over there? What is that?
In my day, those kids they've been kicked out of here in 5 seconds or less.
These damn kids, all they're worried about is their Nintendo Power Gloves and their laser discs.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
all right, man.
Tamagotchis.
I got a boogie. I got dogs. I got dogs that need to walk.
All right, dude, give me a 30-second or less gratitude.
My gratitude is an interesting one, and I'll keep it. We have to do a recitation for the class that I'm in, a poetry recitation. So you have to memorize a poem and then recite it. And so I thought I was going to go Monday, just memorize my poem. I was ready to rock and roll, come in. Tutor missed. She's got COVID. So there's like a substitute tutor. So I looked at the guy that I was all supposed to go, and I was like, oh, so I guess we're not going. And the substitute was like, oh no, you guys can totally go and whatever. So I was like, uh-oh. Because I was like, now all of a sudden it kind of felt weird. And so first guy goes, it was not good. He messed up a lot, forgot stuff. And I was like, oh man. And so then I go, and I'm like, all right, here's my poem. And not there, like just was not there at all. And now I'm like feeling embarrassed. And then I'm like scared. And I'm like, oh my God. And I had written it down, but I only because I was like, and it was just on my notebook. And now I'm like looking at it to remember the lines, and I don't even know where I am in it. And I'm just like, Eric, it was so bad. Like, I haven't felt like that. I was like, it was catastrophe. And I felt my ego was so crushed for like, the class is an hour and 15 minutes till like 10 minutes to go in the class. And like, even now, like there's still a little twinge of like, it was horrible. And I haven't felt like that since I was probably like 18 in a plebe.
Yeah.
Like, and it just, and I've been thinking about it. I'm like, huh. So I'm torn. I'm on the fence of like, do I try it again? Right? Do I say like, that was horrible, I want to go again and like lean into it? Or do I just go, no, like sometimes there's just value in sucking at something and just recognizing like, yeah, I suck at that.
Yeah.
I thought I could be good at it, but I'm not. Like that's okay too. And so the gratitude is like it is a fascinating experiment to legitimately like this whole like be curious thing, be courageous thing. It sucks. Like it's really,
Very
really,
uncomfortable.
it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that to like still have things in my life at 46, almost 47 that like put me in that position and remind me like, yeah, being comfortable is cool. Like it's a good thing to be, but it's also like and not just like I'm in the cold shower or I'm in the hot sauna, like not just physical uncomfortableness, because I can manage that. Like that doesn't make me uncomfortable anymore. Physical uncomfortable. Like I was so emotionally uncomfortable, like so embarrassed, so out of my like safety area.
Yeah.
And like people kind of cared. People were like, "Yeah, that was bad, but whatever." Like it totally wasn't a big deal. And in my head, I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm the worst ever. Oh my god, oh my god." Like
You said like
so,
everyone went home talking about like, did you see that guy today?
right, which nobody did because
Nobody did.
you're
Nobody
not
thought
that
about it for a
important,
second
right?
even.
No, nobody thought about me 5 seconds after it was over.
Yeah.
So it was just,
I
yeah,
mean, I
I'm
was,
very, and now you're totally gonna forever. Like you're like, hey, tell me a poem. Tell me a poem. But say a poem to me, dummy. That makes me feel better. Thank you. That does. I mean, like, oh, now I'm comfortable in that. I'm comfortable in shame. When when my friends shame me, I'm very comfortable. That's my safe space. But yeah, like it's just that's definitely not 30 seconds or less. There's something to legitimately finding things that make you uncomfortable, but I didn't look for it. Like it just fucking showed up and hit me over the head with a baseball bat, and I was like, "Fuck you, you're an asshole! Like, why'd you do that?" And they'd be like, "Because you needed to be uncomfortable." So there you go. There you go. There's your life. So anyway, that's my weird, disjointed roundabout.
That was your Billy Madison Naruto moment, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome, like not awesome, but awesome.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I remember that. Like, it's funny when you said it because it was when I was like 17ish or something, giving a speech in like my speech class, and I just 100% completely like blanked. And I remember like standing up there feeling like the biggest idiot.
Yeah.
And, like people were like visibly kind of like chuckling. They felt bad because they knew it, but also like I completely bombed. And I remember that feeling of like standing in front of everyone and like, so I feel you, man. You're right. Like I haven't felt that way in a long time.
Yeah. Like
But,
I don't get straight stage fright. Like I can't remember the last time I've had stage fright, and that's clearly what that was. Like it was classic. Like this is what. So yeah, a lot of room for learning some empathy and learning some humility, and So anyway, thanks life for making shit suck. Appreciate it.
I keep my quick. It's like Halloween, like living in this neighborhood. It's fun. I didn't grow up in a neighborhood that people did much for Halloween because like the houses were so spread out, so you didn't get a lot. There weren't a lot of kids in the neighborhood anyway, and the house like it's not prime trick-or-treating real estate because like the driveways were like a quarter mile long and the houses were sitting on 3 acres, and so trick-or-treating last night, like I mean people have decorations out, which is fun, and like everyone, like there were people like hanging out at the end of their driveway giving out the candy, or the lights were on, and just like I mean almost every single house, which was like that's why we didn't do the whole neighborhood because they don't need that much, but I don't know, it was just so much fun. Like the kids had so much fun, and Everett did not wear his costume because he put his costume on long enough to look in the mirror and then took it off. So he went as the kid that was supposed to dress as Spider-Man. And then Fee kind of like taking care of her little brother, like when when someone left the basket out, she made sure to get a piece for him. But it was fun watching them
That's cool.
just go. Like I just sat back and like they just like Fee kind of led the charge and Everett just followed along, and so like like I said, we didn't have to drive anywhere. We didn't have to go find the townhomes. We just this was perfect. And then they came home with he came home with one of those. It's one of those like Kit Kat bars that's like 3 Kit Kat bars in one. Like a Kit Kat, like someone's giving out like mega candy bars.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, we're gonna put that one aside
for Daddy.
Yeah, it was fun watching the kids do their thing. So trick or treat.
Awesome.
Happy
Very
Halloween.
cool, man. Very cool. Happy Halloween. Happy
right.
Halloweeny.
You know what the scariest type of insect is?
No, what?
A booby.
Oh.
Booby.
Oh.
It's not as scary as the scariest plant, though.
What's that?
Bamboo.
Those are bad.
Yeah,
that's okay. I mean, I'm easy. I'm
year.
easy. I still think they're funny, but those are bad.
I can tell you about